Hi guys, we're
What
back.
is this? Hi, welcome to my donut shop.
I'll take you to the candy shop.
Uh,
Come on,
let's just
girl.
say if some never mind. I'm really not gonna say that. Hi guys. My name is Yoruba Kiva.
My name is Melina Nazarian. Welcome back, or welcome
This is
to
one-on-one ratio
Ratio
pod.
Pod.
Podcast where we talk about movies, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes adult movies in
Mm-hmm.
it. Oh no. Well, today I said that because today we're talking about Sean
We're talking
Baker's
about
Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Yum.
Yum.
That was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Really ate that.
We did.
And it's been 2 weeks since we last recorded our podcast about Autumn Sonata.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is
looking back
so.
now,
No, go.
what?
I was gonna say this
This is
is so different from Autumn Sonata and the
yeah,
vibes of
this
that
is crazy.
movie.
I feel like we needed 2 weeks to um like
Process
explain that,
that
like
and
process
move
that,
on.
like move on, like make the kind of drastic change. No one has made a change like this before.
No one.
And you know what I'd call it?
Gay pop?
Gay pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like we went from JoJo Siwa 2010,
Yeah, Boomerang
2015.
era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boomerang era to Karma. Or
Yeah.
well, more practically, we went from Karma to Boomerang because I feel like Autumn Sonata is definitely the more emo of these.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe,
Yeah,
even though we'll
we'll
get
get
to Red
there.
Rocket. I
We'll get to
think
Red
they're
Rocket.
so different that it's insane.
I think we should first start off with doing our movie news segment, shall we?
Yeah. I think we should. A big thing happened this week. Which we've been waiting for a while. This movie is going to premiere at Cannes next week. Next
This
week.
this week.
Um, this week.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. A little clip came out.
Very small teaser.
What did you think of that little tease? That little.
I I'm like, wow, what
I'm
is
so
going on?
excited. I'm
Yeah,
so
I'm
excited.
very excited.
It's so it's giving Batman 2022 in the best way possible.
Low
I don't know how
key,
to
yeah.
describe it.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how to describe it. Now it's I usually don't have like references like this in mind, but like this kind of glossy neo I don't know how it's not like neo noir. It's just like the city and like Adam
Mm-hmm.
Driver, but
Yeah.
it's like sophisticated and intellectual. And I know there's gonna be some kind of fantasy element to it, or like at least this guy that has this whole internal world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because he basically stops time, but not in like a superhero way, in like a
No.
artist. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and
You
see,
know,
honestly.
it seems just so dense in a way. I'm just really excited
Yeah.
for where this is going.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
some crazy artistic vision. I know it's gonna be great. The sound
Mm-hmm.
design in the clip was really special as well. There was something weird about I don't know if you noticed the clouds, but they were
Yeah.
moving way too fast.
I also love how we don't know what the hell is going on. We don't
Yeah.
know what could possibly like be happening. It's very
It's
exciting.
amazing. It's great. I also watched a clip of David Cronenberg's new film, The
Mm.
Shrouds. Looked weird, very David Cronenberg. It was just like a dinner conversation. It looked eerie. It looked kind of scary, kind of spooky. So
Well, we'll see.
we'll see about that one as well.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, my first piece of news, which I am so excited for. Um, Greg Araki is set to direct his first film in over 10 years.
What?
So that's very exciting.
That's so exciting. What?
There's some bad news with it.
What?
Well, first of all, the title of the movie is called I Want Your Sex, and it is set to shoot in LA this summer. However, guess who's starring as the main protagonist character, whatever?
Who's starring as the main protagonist character, whatever.
It's Olivia Wilde.
Wait, shh. Let me just remind me who that is.
She directed Kill whatever the fuck that movie was called with Harry
Oh,
Styles.
oh. What?
It's just a very interesting
Bro,
casting choice.
what? What?
Yeah.
She directed Booksmart too,
Yes.
which was great. But I would never associate her with anything Gregor Rocky.
Which is why I'm like, huh.
She recently divorced Jason Sudeikis.
That is, yeah. Well, they were never together.
I don't know. Crazy,
But
crazy choice from Greg.
yeah, very crazy choice. And then it's about
I
some
think,
sex worker.
yeah, that's actually relevant to the movie we were talking about today. But I think I just trust Greg. I don't know about you,
Oh no, me too.
but I just
100%.
trust him.
Me
I
too.
just think. Um, Speaking of celebrated modern director, okay, first of all, the fact that Greg's even like making a comeback is so exciting in itself.
You best believe I'll be sat in that theater watching whatever he puts out.
Will it go to like theater? Like
It
how does he
better.
release?
It
Like
better.
it would probably be you'd probably have to drive into the city to watch it.
And I will do that. And I will spend the gas money to drive into to the city and watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, for sure. Um well, so exciting. Love that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to pronounce this director's name, but Panos Cosmatos.
Oh, damn it, you stole my news. It's okay.
Fuck. It's okay. Um, so this guy directed Mandy, which I've heard is brilliant. I'm looking
Yes.
forward to watching that with Nicolas Cage. He has a new film. It's called Flesh of the Gods, and it stars
Ooh.
Kristen Stewart and Oscar Isaac,
Ooh.
which is such an amazing
And you
duo of
forgot such
actors.
an important piece of information.
Wait, I okay, go ahead. What?
80s vampire thriller.
Yeah. The film will take place 80s LA and is described by the director as a hot joyride into the glittering heart of hell.
Fuck
I haven't
yeah.
heard about the vampire aspect, but
No,
that's
it's vampire.
oh no.
Is this
That's
gonna
gonna
be
get
like
that's
Lost
gonna get Melly's
Boys?
ass sitting.
Oh yeah, guys, I love vampires. What can I say?
Just go ahead and say it.
I just
Yeah,
did.
she went last month to the vampire convention.
Mm-hmm.
She wore long teeth. There was actually this whole phase of I think it was last year, was it, where you went to school every day with a cape? Do you remember that?
Can you not air out my business on the
Yep.
internet? Yes, I did do that. Okay. And you know what? I'm proud of it. All right.
Yeah. She also, well, some things you don't want to say actually. Just kidding, guys. She never did that. She
I didn't
never
do
went.
that.
Yeah. Um, Mufasa the Lion King. How about them apples?
Mm.
um the trailer came out. I wrote Mufasa the Lion King trailer. Kill yourself.
Pretty
That's what
much
I
a good
wrote in
way
my
to
notes.
summarize that.
Dude, there's a shot. Guys, watch the Mufasa Lion King trailer and wait for a shot where there's did you watch it?
No, I didn't even know it came out.
There's like this really fucking goofy shot of like in like a raindrop. I don't know how to describe it. The CGI Dude, what are we doing?
Just
Disney.
bad. Just bad.
Yeah, awful.
But I have some good
Yeah.
news to follow up that.
What?
Um, Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone are set to reunite
Really?
for for a new film called Checkmate, which is a
A film?
yes, a
Amazing.
chess-centered film for A24. Fielder is set to direct. Emma Stone will produce. I don't know if she's gonna star in it, but they're
She'll
definitely,
probably, she'll
yeah,
probably be in it.
they're working together again, which is always a good thing.
I never watched The Curse. I
Mm,
never watched it. I'm debating to like buy that shit on iTunes or something
mm,
because there's no
you
Showtime
should.
where I live.
It was very good. It was
I'm really looking forward to watch it. Like I know it will be my cup of tea. I can just feel it.
super Lynchian, as we've mentioned before.
Yeah, yeah, super Lynchian. Um, Speaking of Lynch, David Lynch made um um Wild at Heart. The antagonist in that movie is played by Willem Dafoe. Boom. Oscar nominees Willem Dafoe and Sandra Hüller are set to star in Late Fame from director Kent Jones and May December screenwriter Sammy Birch.
Oh
Filming
shit.
is set to begin this fall in New York City in the Big
Oh.
Apple.
Oh my God. I am so
Willem
ready
Dafoe,
for that.
Sandra Hüller. Can we get like a clothing brand, Willem Dafoe x Sandra Hüller? Because I
That
would buy that
Defoe
collaboration.
X
Like
Hewler.
specifically, yeah. Specifically, yes. I think if they came out with a clothing brand or any sort of merch, I would buy it.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Um,
Sandra is getting work.
which we're
Woo!
all very excited about, obviously. Much deserved.
Yeah. From May December screenwriter, no less.
That's gonna be fun because that was obviously a
Yeah.
fantastic screenplay. So,
Never watched it.
oh, I forgot about that.
Sounds super fuck, I messed up the joke. Sounds stupid to me.
Everyone go boo Yoav in the comments because of him, because of what he just did.
What else
Anyways,
happened this week?
did we ever talk about David Lynch and his
Well, we talked
unre
about Snoot World. We
did we
didn't
talk
talk
about
about
did we talk about
no,
Unrecorded Night?
no, we
Okay.
didn't. We talked about Snoot World.
So supposedly David Lynch was set to direct his next project, Unrecorded Night, again for Netflix. It was in pre-production and was very, very close to shooting, but then Netflix scrapped it all at the last minute.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
How can you edge someone like that and say and say, yeah, go ahead, pre-production, we're gonna start shooting in a week, and then go, actually, I'm not gonna let you finish.
And it's David Lynch.
Yeah.
They do that to directors all the time, but this
Just
one is
let
David
David Lynch
Lynch.
finish, guys. Let him finish. Stop edging him. This is twice in a row now.
It's not okay.
The poor man
Actually,
just wants to finish.
there was an interview recently with this actress. I don't remember who it is, but she talked about David, and she said that he has ideas for a fourth season of Twin Peaks, but he's not sure if it will happen.
David, sweetheart. Maybe we let that one rest.
You think so?
I don't know. I haven't finished season 3.
Yeah, you really just stopped, didn't you?
You know why? I got to episode 6 and then I just got so fucking busy that I just have not had any time to
You
watch.
just have to you just have to you have to get
Power
back
through.
to it.
I am. Don't
You
worry.
have to power through.
I am.
If you're
I
not,
am.
I don't know. It's a real work of art. Um, Sad news. Um, the Islamic Republic of Iran sentences director director Muhammad Rasulov to
Oh,
8 years in prison and flogging
yeah.
days before his film premieres at the Cannes Film Festival. Seed of the Sacred Fig is what his film is called. So check that out when you can. I will be watching it to
Check
support.
that when you can.
Film Fest.
Check that out when you can.
Yeah. Why can't I be British? Be
You nasty little bugger.
British. She came to the one acts, or she came to the improv. So,
Cheeky little bugger.
we've just gone down the drain right now, didn't we? What? Did you write anything else?
That's it.
Well, my question to you, in that case, is what did you watch in the
What did I
last few
freaking
weeks?
watch this week? That is such a great question. Thank you for asking
Whoa,
me.
no problem.
So I was very busy this week and a half, whatever,
Same.
because I have a little something called AP testing. Um,
Oh,
I had a lot of
that
tests to study for. I was overwhelmed and drowning in notes and videos, but I managed to watch 2.5 movies.
pretty good.
So let's talk about them. First
Yeah.
movie, of course, Miss Challengers.
Oh,
Guys,
she gave it a 5, and I
he did.
predicted that she'd give it a 5. I
He
knew it.
did,
I just knew it.
and he was
She's
right.
just such a sucker for that shit.
I am such a sucker. I'm
It's
such a
so good.
sucker.
It's
Yoav
so
knows me
good.
too well because I am such a sucker. If you like know me, I didn't even realize this about myself until very recently, but like when it comes to movies about thruples and like
Mhm.
three-way relationships, sign me the fuck up because those are gonna be my favorites.
It's
Um,
guys, it's not just like Melly's cinematic taste, it's like her personality just works with challenges. It's just they're
so
on the same frequency.
we are. Also, it doesn't help that everyone in that movie was so goddamn sexy. Um,
Yeah.
like just everything about it was fucking fantastic. I can rant about it for
It's
hours.
fantastic. It's brilliant. I really want to do a podcast on it in the future because there's so much to analyze
There
about
is
not
so
only the
much.
thesis, but the symbolism
Oh yeah.
and how the film is structured so
Oh yeah.
brilliantly. It handles so many things that and throws so much shit out there that shouldn't work, but it does. And it's so good. It's so risky. It's so good.
Maybe when it comes to video on demand, we'll do a little
Yeah.
challengers
Yeah.
breakdown.
It's
But
amazing.
yeah,
I think
loved
Josh
it,
O'Connor specifically is one of the most promising actors. You need to watch
guys.
La Chimera. Guys, I'm talking to you, Melly, and the audience. La Chimera.
So I
La
actually have some
Chimera.
good news for you.
What
That half movie,
was La Chimera?
it's
Ah,
also it's La Quimera,
sorry. My
Mister.
bad.
No, it's okay. I just learned. I thought it was Chi too until I heard the director talking and say Ki. But
Oh, I love her. I'll
I
say
yes.
you didn't fuck with it?
No. Hold on.
Okay.
I was gonna say I did not finish it yet. I started it last. What was yesterday? Sunday night? No.
Yesterday was Monday.
Oh, no, today's Monday. Oh shit, we're
Or
on
for you,
different.
today's.
For me, it's Monday. So if yesterday was Sunday, I started it Saturday. So I'll probably finish it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um,
What'd you
and
think
I've
so far?
I'm like an hour and a half in almost,
It's a long one. Isn't it like 2 hours, 10 minutes, something like that?
something like that. But it's very
It's
promising.
indescribable,
It's
really, because it's so confusing. It makes
it
no
is a little,
sense.
yeah.
It's like seemingly it's so Italian.
Which
They just love it.
I want to give so much credit to Josh O'Connor for fucking speaking Italian and not being
Yeah.
Italian. Wow.
He apparently he wrote a bunch of letters to the director, um, asking to be in her films, but he didn't know her address, so he just wrote it as to Alice Roachwalker, Italy.
Are
The
you
address is
serious?
Italy. Yeah. He just
He
wanted it so bad. He just wanted to
he
be in
is
it so bad.
such a cutie pie.
Yeah.
He's
His
so
performance
cute.
is nuanced. I think the film at the end of the day, I don't want to spoil anything and I won't.
Yeah,
But
don't
at the end of the
spoil.
day is about um love and
Yes.
memory and how memories, but it's a movie that's not like the plot is not what interests.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's really about the vibe, the themes, and the
Yes.
characters and the sense of community you can find in it, and also
Oh,
the ancient treasures you can unlock. It's
abso-freaking-lutely.
beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you gone to that shot where the camera flips upside down,
Oh my God,
but
it's so good. Oh my God.
when I
I
watched that at the
literally,
film festival I was
mhm.
in, when that happened, a lightning bolt literally came down. Like, I'm not kidding. There was a lightning storm, and exactly when that happened, a lightning bolt like came down right next to us. And it was just so
Wow.
magical. That film is so magical.
When,
It's
let me
amazing.
just tell you, when that camera flip shit happened,
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I
It's
was, I
amazing.
was
It's just so
squirting.
good. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what was the full film you watched though?
Full film I watched was American Beauty. I rewatched it for CCC Club and um
Do you feel like a flag boat floating in the wind?
over.
Whoa. So you don't feel like a bag floating in the wind.
Nope. I watched it before
Overrated.
and I thought it was on my first watch, I was like, damn, this
You're
movie's really
watching a lot
good.
of pedophilic content.
Shut the hell up.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. And then on the rewatch, I was like, oh, this movie kind of sucks dick.
Oh, well, does it?
Yeah,
Oh.
but
Well,
thank
I've heard
you.
I haven't seen it. Um, I've heard it's really good. So
I mean, I just think it's
Sam
overrated.
Mendes and all that. Why?
I don't think it holds up as well as it should or
Hmm.
would have.
Isn't the actor, is it Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey is
Because he's
literally a
playing.
pedophile. Is literally a
Well,
pedophile.
doesn't that make his performance very real?
I mean, yeah, but also I feel like the performances themselves and just like some of the dialogue and the writing, I'm just like, it doesn't hold up well.
I think it's very influential, but
For sure.
maybe it doesn't hold up. Makes sense.
Okay, your turn.
Um, my turn.
Yeah.
I watched a short film feature thing from this local director. Unkissed Things was the short, and Horse with No Name was the film. And it was a really nice screening. I met some cool people there. Um,
Nice.
yeah, good. It's cute. Good film. I rewatched House. I showed it to some friends. It's always a risky move to show friends
It
House,
is.
but they liked it, which was nice. Um, they're fans of film, so it was easy for them to get on board, and
Nice.
it's really beautiful. Um, I watched this movie called Pizza in Auschwitz, just like some kind of
Interesting.
comedy about the Holocaust. Well, it's a documentary. It's very funny. It's
Pizza in
crazy.
Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Um, the title is from. It's basically about a survivor that takes um children, his son and his daughter, to a trip in Poland to do the same trip that he did throughout the war from
Oh,
um
wow.
from the train. And anyways, the ending sequence is this 30-minute scene, around 30 minutes, where he insists that he wants to spend the night in the bunker where he slept in Auschwitz on his bed. Bed, whatever, wooden plaque. And he insists he wants to stay there, and his kids are freaking out and everything. But there's a scene there that they eat pizza for dinner, and he's
Hmm.
laying on his bed in Auschwitz, and I was just thinking, what a winner, what a winner. Um,
What
it's
a
a great film,
winner.
lots of dark comedy.
Yeah,
I rewatched Perfect Days. I think that movie's so cute, and I love it.
I gotta watch that
And then
one.
I continued my Wim Wenders watches with Alice in the Cities, which was
Oh,
great. Beginning of first film in the Road trilogy. Looking forward to watching the second, even though I heard that there was creepy usage of child nudity. But
oh.
I'll be the judge of that.
All right. Well, we'll see, because Yoav has some ideas on child
No,
nudity.
what are my ideas? I don't, guys.
You tell me, sir. Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard about music producer Steve Albini passing away, but I was telling my friend he was a fan of child pornography. So let's not be too sad about whatever that is.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Got it.
if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay. I watched both Kill Bills. Well, I watched the first half of the first Kill Bill, and then I had to leave class because I had a meeting to go to for another thing. But I watched it in film class. We watched volume one, pretty good. Then I watched the entirety of volume two, good. Have you seen Kill Bill?
I've seen the first one. I have not seen Vol 2.
Do you think Kill Bill is feminist?
No? I don't know. Eh.
I think some people on Letterboxd are mistaking women doing violence with feminism
Yeah. Which that doesn't
because
it there are a lot of feminist movies that are violent, but that doesn't mean that every movie centered around women with violence is feminist.
yeah, I don't think Quentin whatever. I
If you
think
say that Quentin
it's
Tarantino has written a feminist movie, you need to reflect on your life and what you're saying, because you
I
are
think
very wrong.
I think it's definitely style over substance, and it's a really enjoyable film. They're both really enjoyable films, but it is style over
Yeah.
substance. The second one's missing a little bit of that energy of the first one. It's fun to watch as a class. I was gasping, hooting, and hollering. But
Oh, were you?
yeah, yeah. And then
Nice.
I watched Red Rocket, which we're gonna get to in a second,
Which we're gonna get to.
in our next segment, in which I'm gonna change my shirt because it's so hot in here.
Guys, we're very excited to talk about this movie.
Should we get to it?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's go.
Oh,
Why-
surprise! Hello,
Welcome,
penis.
welcome. I'm really bad at Southern accents.
Welcome
Accents.
back to
Welcome back.
One-on-One Ratio Podcast.
What
Um,
is this?
we're
What is
back.
this? Lolita?
Wait, can you do fucking Rustin Cole?
The this world is a
There's a world,
shithole.
yeah. Wait, what is that
Time
guy's name?
is a flat circle.
Lenny LeBeau?
Lenny LeBou or whatever.
Whenever he was like, oh, Lenny LeBeau. I was like,
What a freak. What a freak, Lenny LeBeau. Um, so
when he goes,
shit's so funny.
he's
Red
such a
Rocket is a film from 2021 directed by Sean Baker. What other Sean
Sean
Baker
Baker.
films have you seen?
because I've
I've
seen the Florida
seen
Project.
all of his main big three movies.
His major films.
Seen Tangerine.
So
I've
Red
seen Red
Rocket.
Rocket. I've seen Florida Project. Bam.
Nice. His film Takeout was added to Criterion not
Not
far ago, not long ago, and I want to watch it as well. So, because he's a director that really intrigues me. I think what's really cool about his films is that he's, the Italian neorealism and all that
yes.
post-war Italian directors shot on location, real actors, like non-actors, talked about struggles and through the context of the area around them, contextualize characters. I think he does that. He's kind of the founder of some kind of American neo-realist movement
Yes.
that
Yes.
I think has also been imitated by other directors. I remember we had films like Zola. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
Zola,
Yeah.
but that kind of vibe is very Sean Baker, very he's kind of the founder of this. And I think it's great. And I think we do need films that show aspects of American society. In this case, I believe it's 2016 before Trump was elected. Um, which is really important thematically to this film, the whole Trump.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to it. But overall, I just think he's also a very cool guy. His
I
movies are very
I love how normal he is. Like
yeah.
Sean Baker is such a normal dude
I've
outside
seen him
of
in
like
interviews. I love it.
yeah, outside of like making films and stuff, you honestly like don't really hear about him. He's so mysterious and
Yeah.
I
He
follow
has
him
a
on Letterboxd.
letterboxed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
And I
doesn't rate
love
anything, but he's fun. He's fun.
which I get why he doesn't rate anything. Like as a
Yeah.
professional, like yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I love
Um,
his like bio and everything and how he's like, don't
please
spam me,
don't.
don't leave
I love
anything.
it.
It's so
It's the only
funny.
social media he has.
Yeah. No, he
So
has Instagram.
he does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. But he's great. He was born in 1971. He's older than he looks. He's about 50
Um,
now.
yes, he looks very young.
He's about 53 now. It's 2024. Jesus. Um, he looks very
Yeah.
young. He's just an average guy, and but he has such a vivid artistic vision in all of his films. I'm not the biggest Florida Project fan, but I do enjoy it visually and thematically. I think it's really cool.
And if you
Um,
guys don't know, obviously Tangerine was filmed
Tangerine.
on an iPhone 5. That's like,
And also revolutionary. That's a
yes.
revolutionary kind of mind. I mean, cinema changing film. Especially with this content as well. I think Sean Baker is a really cool guy. And this
Yeah.
is from 2021, definitely overlooked film by the Academy and stuff, but they're not gonna nominate stuff like this. Um, but it's called Red Rocket, which I believe is what is called when a dog has an erection, right?
Yes.
What do you think of that title?
Um, so I think it's so fitting for his character. And
Yeah,
before you even watch the movie, you're like, Red Rocket. Because, like, yeah, you're like, ew, gross. Like, why
gross.
would you name the title of your movie
Why
a
would you name
dog
your
boner?
restaurant? Oh, but it's Red Robin, isn't it?
Yeah. You thought it was Red Rocket?
No.
Guys. Um, but after watching the
Classic
movie,
penis.
I was like, penis, oh, penis. Um, after you watch the movie, you realize, like, oh, the title, it
Makes sense.
it
He's
makes so
such
much
a
sense.
disgusting dog
Yeah.
erection. That's what he is.
That's
So
literally
gross.
what he is. That is what
It's-
he boils down to.
Could you imagine your personality being compared to a dog having an erection? Like the erection of a dog?
I would kill myself.
Gross. Yeah. Well, um, yeah, it's an interesting title, and it also appears on what I believe is maybe the best poster of
Oh
2021.
my
I
God,
love
so
that
good.
poster.
So good.
So brilliant. This is shot on film, I
You
believe.
can
It
tell.
spectacular um cinematography. It's just the way he uses locations, and the framing is so uncomfortable, but it works. It's so dynamic. He's all
That's
over the place.
it's what I love about him. He
You
really
get yeah.
the one thing you know that Sean Baker is gonna do well is set up that fucking landscape frame
Yeah,
shot,
location.
whatever,
Yeah.
and it's gonna eat every single goddamn time.
I just love how the people look like in this film, so many interesting faces as well. The way he chooses actors is great. Um, I love how he utilizes location. I love those classic Sean Baker wide angle tracking shots
Yes.
from the side as people are walking alongside buildings. Um, and the naturalistic performances, lower class characters, lots of trademarks here, which I'm picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
And I love where his filmography is going, really. Um, I think he has so much room to like continue with this kind of style and what he's doing. I just love that.
I
Um,
love how each time he hits like a different part of America. You know, we got
yeah.
LA, we got Florida, we got Texas, like
But he does have like his sex workers, his trademarks for sure.
which I'm like I love it and I love how each time it's so different.
Yeah,
It's not the same character, the same tropes in each movie. No,
yeah,
each movie are very distinct and different characters that really
yeah.
portray different sides of sex work and the different ways it can affect a human being. And it's so brilliant. He has
Well,
that.
The Florida project visually is insanely colorful to the
Yeah.
point where it's like synthetic rainbow, um, like violently colorful. This one really sticks to a color palette and
Mhm.
sticks to a visual tone perfectly. I love when directors and editors and color workers are consistent with their work, and the cinematography looks crisp and amazing and consistent and just works ever. There was not one cinematographic choice that I disagreed with. I thought visually this movie was a masterclass in modern filmmaking and locate on location shooting.
Retweet,
Um,
retweet,
yeah,
repost, repost.
obviously loved the font choice for the opening credits and the baby bye 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 baby
Bye, bye,
fuck
bye.
baby bye bye bye. I always get that confused. There's a Janis Joplin song that goes bye bye baby bye bye, and it's the
I
same
wanna see
words,
you
so
walk
I get
that walk, baby.
confused.
Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah, that one. I love that choice. I love the opening credits. Don't even
It's
get me started.
oh my God, it was so good. So good, so
I'm
good, so
such a
good.
sucker for opening credits, man. When they're good,
When they're
they're
good, they're
getting
good.
yeah, yeah. Um, so
Very
the movie
powerful way to
starts,
open.
yeah, he starts his saga with this first dialogue with Lexi, and you don't know anything about this character. I knew he was a porn actor, but that's just from the
Yeah.
description. I wish I didn't know anything going in because
I want to
I
say,
really, yeah,
I want to say, I absolutely love how it it kind of starts in media res and like, do you know what
what
that
is that?
means? Okay.
No.
Basically, like it means like to kind of start in the middle of something, like when something's already happening, if that
Like
makes
a cold
sense.
open.
Yeah. And I love how like we know that these two characters have an extremely strong and established relationship, but I
Yeah,
love how he didn't tell you what their relationship
yeah,
was right off the bat and how
it's
you kind of
real.
have to figure it out.
And you have to
I,
learn about all these characters as well.
yeah. But it was so I just love when directors do that.
Yeah.
So,
And it's all in the dynamics and the way they talk and the way they walk around and the
mhm,
way they interact with one another. And like in passing conversation is where you learn about the history.
yeah.
And not in like it's not direct. And I think the way the screenplays is genius in that way. The way information is slowly revealed to you. The first interaction with Lexi is very uncomfortable and
Mhm.
strange. I mean, he goes in here. He has, I will say, Simon Rex fucking phenomenal
Oh my God,
performance all
he
around.
is, yeah.
He's amazing. He has this tone to him that's just he's such a porn actor. Like
Yeah.
that's just such the high-pitched voice he puts on. I don't know if he puts on or if that's his voice. It's just like his look, his I don't know if it's something about the makeup they did for him or just but
Everything.
also the just his mannerisms, the way he approaches day-to-day interactions. It's so adult film.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he talks like porn dialogue.
Oh my God. When he was
Yeah,
like flirting with her,
yeah. It was like, I want to
disgusting,
fill
but
your hole or whatever.
ugh, ugh.
I'm like, dude, do you think you're an important? Well, I think there's a lot to there there's a lot to be said about how he thinks his life is a porno in many ways.
Yes, yes.
And I think his performance is brilliant in that way, and also just the way he stresses out later in the movie. I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. He's such a. I hate his character. I
Me
hate
too.
him.
Me freaking too.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like awful human being. Like he's um having sex with a minor. We don't know if she's lying about being, maybe she's like 16 and a half, and we don't like she only told him her age once. And I don't think she ever turned 18 throughout the time span of the, she said she was 3 weeks to 18. I don't trust that.
Either way, she was definitely
She's
not of
just
legal
started
age.
she just started senior year. So she was like, my senior year is gonna be miserable if I become if I you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
still a junior. She's my age. Like damn.
That is fucking crazy. Like
Um
he really, and then oh my God. And then at one point he was like screaming about how like she's legal or whatever the fuck. And I was like, you are not being
are you
truthful right
sure?
now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Um awful human being. Just the way he interacts with people, it's so disgusting. However, you get to feel for the guy in a certain way.
A little bit,
For
yeah.
example, when he was at the end in this genius dramatic ending,
Mm-hmm.
and when they take all his money and shit, I was like, damn, you know? But I don't care about the relationship, but you get to feel for him in a interesting way.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I
yeah.
think part of you is almost like part of you is like, and at least in the beginning, before he even started his relationship with Strawberry,
Or with
um,
Lexi,
well, even then,
how he
you're kind of
how he
rooting for
plays
him, like to
Lexi.
make a change.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, maybe he will change. Maybe he'll be different. Maybe he'll show that he's come around. And
Yeah.
then you start to realize, oh no. No, 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 no. He's actually so much worse than he was. Um, and
Oh my
the
God.
problem with him is that he thinks that like all of his bullshit, like he doesn't think anyone can see through his bullshit.
But
But
we
it's
see there is bullshit. Some people eat it up in the film. Some people don't though.
like
Like
who would you
Lexi
say
and her
eats it
mom.
up?
I feel like Lexi and her mom are kind of tolerant of him.
Really? Because I feel like the end kind of showed that like
Well, the
they
end, yeah.
they
But
were
throughout
like
the film,
they saw through his bullshit.
he thinks no one can see that he's an awful man.
The only
But
person that I believe that thinks he's a decent person is that one kid that got fucking arrested for the car crash.
well, I would say the only person that sees him as the shit man that he is that kid's dad.
Um, the like frat boy.
No, no, no. The guy that got arrested, his dad on the other side of the fence.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
That was a
yeah.
really interesting dynamic there. He was a completely silent character, but he was present. And he was
Mm-hmm.
kind of this watchful. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Um, So he goes to Lexi. He says, "I'm technically off your property." Like, oh, fuck yourselves. He has such a porn actor energy to him. He
Ugh.
really makes himself at home at Lexi's house. So like he uses her. Did you
Yeah,
notice the razor he uses to
yeah.
shave is like her razor
Her fucking razor. I was like, you
for
are
her legs?
disgusting.
Dude, gross. He really makes it, and then he leaves the bathroom with a towel. It's like, oh, you can really tell there was a pre-established, like it's not
Oh
the
yeah.
first time he's in the house. But he's really comfortable.
Yeah.
Um, as you would say. What'd you write? What are your
Um,
notes?
well, my next note was like that we find out that they're married.
Yeah,
So we were okay, so
they
we're like,
they
okay,
are married. Yeah,
or are married. Technically they're separated, but legally
they're
they're
separated but
still
legally married.
married.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then you realize, okay, now the relationship dynamic makes a lot of sense. Now we get
yeah,
it. We
yeah,
we see we see that shine through. And
yeah,
I think it's very interesting. I'm kind of jumping, but that she was also a porn actor.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
and that they
That's
like
interesting.
met. I don't know how they would have met because like she definitely has that more hick kind of
Vibe to her.
vibe to her, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but I thought that was
I don't know.
interesting.
I thought it was interesting how they become throughout the film kind of more like a married couple than you would expect them
That's what I
to.
was saying. Yeah.
He starts sleeping in her bed. They start having like sex every night, that kind of thing. I
And
thought
then
it
they
was
start
interesting
bickering
how,
like an old couple
yeah, yeah.
would.
That's kind of like a back to stability kind of thing that came
Mm-hmm.
with him coming back. But also he has this whole thing with Strawberry that um Lexi isn't even aware of Strawberry
No.
at all throughout
At
the
like
film. I
not
mean, the
once.
one time she interacts with her is when he buys her donuts, which I think is crazy. Um, I wrote about the lighting because I love the lighting as well.
Mm-hmm.
I could rave for hours about how technically nice this movie is, but the lighting is like naturalistic, but also it's also the color grading and the cinematography, but the lighting, it's like mostly natural lighting, but somehow, everything looks good on film. But somehow this film stock makes it look like more of an expensive film than it is as
Yeah.
well. Because Sean Baker, I feel like he could make movies with more budget, but he does make an active decision to put it down,
Mm-hmm.
to lower, and be constricted by that, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Um, so you on his way back from Strawberries for the first time, you see a giant Trump sign, the whole Make America Great Again. And then from then throughout the film, there's like a present. What'd you think of Donald Trump's presence throughout this? Because you hear him talking a lot,
A lot.
and his presence is there. Um, that's what I would say.
I mean, because we see them. What's her name? Fuck, what's her name? The wife.
Lexi?
Thank you. Um, Lexi and the mom are actively watching like Trump's campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And it definitely, I feel like
This is a very, very
it has,
anti-Donald Trump movie. It's
well,
very against him.
yes, but are the characters against him?
No, no.
Yeah.
But the film. I'm saying the film. And also just the way the US is, I think there's kind of a critical thing to all of Sean Baker's to Florida Project as well. This thing that's a little critical to the US and how states and cities like the one we're in, specifically in Texas, the ending shot has just a big American flag. Not the ending shot, but like when he's running,
Yeah.
it's just a big American flag next to it. Like there's something underlying here that's very critical of how
I
the United States handles things.
I want to say that it's almost kind of like how well this can also be like a critique of the characters. It's like,
Yeah,
how can you be supporting of Donald Trump? How can you be supportive of the
yeah,
ways of his messages and the things that he wants to
yeah,
do when you're living in poverty, basically? You
yeah,
can't make enough money. You're letting your separated ex-husband back in your house because he needs a place to stay and that he'll pay, but then
yeah.
he also is a porn star and she's a porn star, and it's like that is looked very much down upon by the person that you are so willingly going to support. So it's like, yeah,
Well, didn't Trump at one point wasn't what was that thing with the porn star he met?
Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't remember the exact story, but something like along the lines of, I think, having sex with her.
I think this is like the potential Trump's America. I feel like um Trump's Trump put a stamp of approval on this in a way. Like his
Mm.
presence here is like Trump approved. Like um we see him here, everyone is under the big US flags and the Make America Great Again campaign and everything is happening under this giant billboard. And I think it's like a little bit of a Trump approved, like he would approve
Mm.
of this guy in Strawberry or this,
Ah,
kind of
yes, yes, yes,
exposing
yes,
this kind of
yes,
childish, this like childish man, which is Donald
yes.
Trump. And it got me thinking about the
I just,
potential return of Trump's America this year.
God, don't even. I'm scared of so many things, Yoav.
I just think we need to this can't happen is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying.
I I do
So
want to say too, like this is like I don't even this is not really anything to do with the movie, but like just about like Trump and all and the people that live like this in general. I just don't understand how you can go and you can vote for Trump and you can vote for all those fucked up politicians because you think they're going to do something for you. You think they're going to change your life, right? Yet at the end of the day, at the end of those 4 years of presidency, you are living in the same exact place, in the same exact house, in the same impoverished state that you were
yeah,
before.
yeah,
So it doesn't matter if it's fucking Democrat. Oh shit, I'm being too loud. It's Republican, no one is gonna fucking change anything for you. No one's
yeah,
gonna miraculously give you more money. You're still gonna end up in the same spot as you were before.
yeah,
That's just how it is at the end of the day.
yeah. Um, well, sometimes cycles of poverty are impossible to break out of.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I think a good president could help towns like this, but um, you don't gotta,
Haven't
you don't
had
have
one of
to,
those in a really long time though.
yeah. And you can't depend on it, but
No.
whatever. So I think Trump's potential America, or Trump's America that happened later after this movie, when this movie was set, it really looms over this story in this town. Um, I wrote, dude, this shit's hilarious. I love the sense of humor here. Were you laughing as much as I did?
Probably not as much as you. There were a few parts where I was definitely chuckling, but like what part specifically
It's
were you
just
really
so
laughing at?
goofy. All of his conversations with his neighbor, and he's like,
Oh yeah, okay.
"With dude, I fucked her, man." I fucking hate it, but it's so
Yeah.
funny. I feel like the way Sean Baker looks at it is very comical. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's very stereotypical kind of talk in a way.
Yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah.
of the dialogues I will say came off a little cringe um with the neighbor. Do you agree? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like when they were in the car and stuff and they were driving, like
Yeah,
those
yeah,
talks. I could see that.
yeah. I don't know if it's purposeful because of the whole porn aspect of this, but
It
I
it
think I think it's
it could
interesting.
be. I think it
Yeah.
probably is in that sense.
he goes to the neighbor and he's like, "This is a pimp mobile if I ever rode in one." Actually, he doesn't have a southern accent. This is a pimp dude, his voice is like so annoying.
When he goes, "See you later, alligator."
Ah,
That made me cringe.
dude,
In a
he's so
while,
gross.
crocodile.
Man, fuck these gross ass like Texas men. They're fucking strip clubs and and shit.
Can
I
we
hate
talk
it.
about that? The fact that he took
Mm.
this fucking 17-year-old girl to a
Very the
strip
graduate
club.
core. Very the graduate core. The grad
Oh, no, yeah. But this was like
grosser,
somehow
obviously.
worse and more
Yeah,
disgusting and
it's awful.
no.
But he thinks, sex is not a thing he's sensitive about. For him, it's not something to be sensitive about. It's just a part of the job, and it's also just part of life. And he thinks he can just fuck around wherever he
Yeah.
wants. And this kind of thing of like ruining people's lives as well, how he ruins Strawberry's life, who has like a chill boyfriend from school. I mean, who's obviously she's a sexually promiscuous young woman, but um she does have some kind of I think her relationship with Nash or whatever his name was
Mm-hmm.
kind of more stable than she poses it to be. Hence his more extreme reaction to it, to her
I agree with that.
ending it.
I will
So
say, because you were saying humor, when the parents beat the shit out of him,
that was so funny.
oh my
That was
God.
so funny.
I was dying. I was dying. The
Their performances, those little performances are so fucking funny. The way
very
they come out of the car, the way that it's just so good.
I was dead. I
She's
was
like,
yeah.
but you broke up with him. And the mom's like, but you broke up with him. You're a slut.
Yeah.
You're a slut.
You're a slut. I was
Dude, no,
rolling on the floor.
everything is funny about that. Um, yeah, I wrote here that donut girl looks way too young for him. Little did I know what's gonna
Little
come.
yeah. I will say
But
I think at the time of filming this, she was maybe like 25 and
yeah, for sure.
she looks 17.
Makeup,
So,
clothes.
yeah.
Yeah. She's also was short compared to him as well, who I
Yeah.
think is tall. Just from the picture behind you as well.
I'm
Look how
assuming he's
he's
probably like
almost at the
six
door.
feet.
Yeah, he's much taller than her anyways.
Yeah.
But it's really a strange dynamic. She is very small. She's but this whole thing of sex, like how, physically in sex, how do I phrase this? This kind of penetration of other people's lives and ruining them is what I'm trying to say. I think
Mm-hmm.
sex is like a metaphor for how destructive he is a
Yes.
big thing, especially the kind of sex he engages in, the more intense, loud sex that porn stars have on tape and off, I guess.
Oh
These porn stars.
God. Oh God.
Um,
When you said
but
that, all I could think of was whenever he like was like let's record it.
oh, off. Dude, he's so shady. He's so gross. Um, the usage of zoom, there's this recurring thing of the zoom lenses during the sex scenes. I don't know if you noticed that, but the
Okay.
zooms in, the zooms
Yeah.
out. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's such a good stylistic choice of font. Um, Lonnie's so shady, dude. Him too. Just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Especially during the car crash and all that. Um, but there's a part where Mikey goes with Lonnie to well, the plot for this film is really loose, like barely. It's all just coming to play. It's kind of like the Florida Project in that way as well, where it's very very loose and plotless until shit goes down
Yes.
and all the
Yes.
buildup happens. Um, so there's little things like Mikey goes with Lonnie to the mall. Lonnie's impersonating a veteran, and Mikey just sees him being beat up, and he's like, "I'm out of here." Like he's a very weak-willed person who's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna stand up for his new friend, and he's really fucked. He's just ruining this girl's life as well. Like she's sitting behind a counter of a low-paying job trying to memorize the quadratic formula, and you're already like and you're a like what 30, 40-year-old man fucking her. She's 17. Horrid.
Yeah,
Just horrid behavior.
disgusting.
Um,
Which
awful.
I think the thing that you were saying about like, because it adds to the fact that like the whole like Trump's America, right? That it's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, pedophilia, I'll let it slide, but God forbid someone impersonates as a fucking military man. That's where I am going.
That's an interesting point. That's an
That's where I'm
interesting
gonna
point.
draw the line. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like what? Like that's where you draw the line where someone impersonating as military, but then you'll
Yeah.
go and do pedophilia. Like
It's definitely, and that's the same thing that Mikey does as well. He draws the line at impersonating a veteran. He gets mad at Lonnie,
yeah.
but he doesn't draw the line at whatever it is he does with Strawberry. These intense sexual acts as well. Um, I think the sex scenes here are very well choreographed and necessary to like exploring. I again, sometimes I'm kind of hypocritical when it comes to sex scenes because sometimes I say I want there to be a reason for sex scenes, but what I've
Mhm.
realized throughout my years
Throughout
is
your
that
years.
is that um does there have to be a reason for sex scenes as long as they're not demeaning? Because it's just a part of life, you know? And
I
it's a way
think
to explore characters. I think it's interesting, especially with films like this, where they're not plot relevant, but it shows character and it's such an important part of life that I think it's such a relevant thing to a lot of films,
mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
For example, but I'd rather stuff like that shows it like movies like Challengers that pull off things without sexuality, but like
Right.
really show everything around it, which is very sexy and mensch.
Which
But this one is its own
I
kind of thing.
saw a review on Letterboxd that was like somehow a movie with so much sex couldn't be more unsexy. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
very, very true.
Yeah. It's kind of um sex, but like slimy.
Ugh,
Like gross. It's not
slimy,
romanticized at all.
musty.
Musty, pornographic. It's kind of like porn
Which,
in a way.
I do want to say, I don't know, this girl, my biggest red flag would have been the fact that like this grown-ass man that's claiming to have such a beautiful mansion is never inviting me to his home.
Well, he had an excuse because he made up a sick mom.
But even then, it's like you can like, it's mm, not
But
once,
this
not once.
this movie is so uncliched because there's never really a liar revealed thing.
It's true. It's true.
Like even when it ends and she sees him with the trash bag and he has no money to go to LA in the ending, she's still kind of happy to see him. She never he's never exposed and he never gets well he sorry I have hiccups.
Okay.
He gets what he deserves. Um in a way, but also he's never really called out for his behavior.
Which, what did you think of that ending scene?
Oh, that was so good. Listen, when it comes to I I I want to know what you think about this. What do you think of the representation when it comes to like black people in this movie?
Okay. Okay.
I just wonder. I don't, guys, I'm obviously not an authority on
Right.
representation in film at all. I'm just
I
wondering because
think
some of it kind of felt like,
like
I don't know,
stereotypical.
only black characters are drug dealers that are
See,
arguing about hot sauce and shit like that.
but I think it contributes to what we were saying earlier about Trump's
About Trump's,
America
yeah, yeah,
and how it
yeah,
purposefully Sean Baker did it in a way where he was
yeah.
he made these characters one-dimensional and what's the word I used before? and cliche for to drive the point of Trump's America home and
Yeah.
how like under a leadership like that, this is how Black people are viewed. This is how they're seen, especially through a white lens.
So another aspect of what I think, if we're already going on this Trump narrative,
Mhm.
um, not only the pedophilia, but how women are treated in general
Of course, yes.
is is interesting. There's a part where they talk about trophies, and this conversation comes up twice in the film. How he won an award for best oral sex, even though he wasn't the one perform, he was the one that it was being performed on. And
Yes.
he's saying, um, I'm, guiding it's all me doing it. I'm guiding the woman. I'm I'm the term I hate this term. He's like the term he uses is that he's face fucking a
Ugh.
woman, and
Ugh.
that's like him doing all the work, and he deserves an award. And then he talks to Strawberry at one point about it as well. And he's like, yeah, we did this scene with 11 guys and she was sucking off 11 guys. Or he didn't tell her about it. She watched it herself. Um, where it was like 11 guys and one girl, and he won the award for best oral sex for that. And he's like, and then she's like, she's the one blowing all those guys in that scene. Why are you getting the award for it? And then it's a cut, and then it cuts to a different scene. But I think it's a really interesting thing because later he gets mad at her also for like watching the porn films without his consent or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, that shit's already out in the oven. And
Yeah.
also, she doesn't understand what's happening here is an awful pornographic business where women are demeaned, and it's just I just think that has something to do like the male female dynamics and how he treats his life like the porn industry and like a porn movie, and in which he demeans women at the end of the day as well.
100%. Yes.
So I think that's such an interesting point.
And it's again, it contributes to this idea that like a lot of the time these super conservative people who vote red or whatever
Yeah.
or vote for more conservative whatever are super hypocritical
Yep.
because they'll go and they'll be like, oh, like like no sex
Family
before
values,
marriage, family
family
values,
values.
you can't, a woman can't be posting this, that, and the other on the internet, and they can't be showing themselves off like this.
And
But
then they
then,
do shit like this.
yeah,
Um, just yeah. There's this scene where she plays piano, and I was thinking she could have made it in the music industry. Why does it have to be in the porn industry?
mm-hmm.
Is my thing. And just watching how he hires her is so gross. Like you said, that scene where he records their sex. Dude, that's so gross. But also, I don't know. I don't know what I feel about Strawberry because she is kind of an enabler. And she's obviously a victim, but she's also from the first moment into it, even before he grooms her in the way that he does. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's kind of like she's a naive young girl that really
Yeah.
doesn't know any better, and when an older attractive man is hitting on you, obviously you're gonna feel some.
Attractive.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not that I find
Yeah.
him necessarily attractive, but for the
Yeah.
point of the story,
She
like,
finds him. Yeah.
yeah, like you're gonna feel some sort of way. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, like I'm picked, I feel special, like this person who's older sees something in me, like all the things that people normally say. And then obviously,
Yeah.
like he is grooming her to the maximilium.
Yeah.
So
Awful.
yeah.
So the car crash happens. I think it's such a brilliant dramatic device
Mm-hmm.
to put in there. It's a great way to switch things up and get things ramped up. There's this scene where he finds out that his neighbor didn't, I forgot his name, Lionel,
Yeah, I think so.
um didn't betray him and didn't t say that he was part of the car crash. But the dad sees him through the fence, and
Yep,
I'm like, he
yep.
thinks something is up because he was like celebrating, and the dad watched all that. I thought that was cool. By the way, the absence of father presence in this film is crazy for every single character, for Strawberry, for Lexi, for Mikey as well.
Daddy issues all around.
Like Kendrick Lamar says,
Oh,
daddy
family
issues.
matters.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
we didn't talk about the beef on this podcast, but it's great. It
If
was
we
great.
were
It
if we
ended.
were a music podcast.
We music. Maybe we should do another one-on-one ratio. No, one-on-one music note.
Yes. 1/4 music note.
Oh, I just think the car crash is a brilliant thing to do, to write, and then the whole thing where they kick him out of his house. My favorite scene in the film is when he runs, and I'm not just saying that because the prosthetic is extreme. Um,
Wow.
but
Guys, that is a fucking crazy prosthetic if I've ever seen one. Jesus.
pretty well done as well.
Yeah.
But that scene is just so good and so the oh, also there's a roller coaster scene which I really liked. I love
Mhm.
roller. This is like top two roller coaster scenes, really.
What's your first one?
There's this, there's one from The American Friend, which is heartbreaking.
Oh, okay.
It's in the trailer, I'll show you later.
My favorite roller coaster scene is from Judy Moody, Not So Summer Bummer, when her and the guy eat all that food and then he throws up all over her.
Oh, Judy Moody.
Oh, Judy Moody. No, I'm
What's
kidding.
what's that? What's that one where she is mad at her sister?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh God. I used to read those books. They're based on
Well, yeah, I know.
Judy Moody, um, Judy Moody, something the pest. Ramona
Oh,
the Pest? Is it the
or are you thinking of Ramona and Beezus?
I
I don't
can't,
know.
whatever. Yeah, Ramona the Pest.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's a different series. Never mind, ignore me. Um, what were we even talking about? Oh yeah, very good roller coaster scene. I like it. Um, and then so this whole running scene, the scene where they steal his money, so stressful and so stressful. And he has everything lined up with Strawberry, and he's not gonna get indicted for this car crash. And then they fuck him in the ass because he fucked Lexi over as well,
Yeah.
made her think that they have some kind of stable married relationship. And then she, as the childish person that she is as well, um, gets her revenge through the daughter of the woman that he works for. I think it's
It,
I love
it
the ending.
it's so interesting to me because like not that I endorse this, but if I was in his position, I would literally just take the money and leave, right? Why would you tell her, "Hey, I'm gonna leave. Like this isn't, like this was good. This is what we had was good,
Well,
but I'm gonna
because
leave."
I think he had some kind of, he kind of likes her in any case.
Okay, you don't think it was
Lexi.
because it was like it was one of those things where he feels that she's almost tied to him and that like, oh, like
Mm,
she'll just move on and I'll leave, but she'll still be here for me. So
yeah,
if I need
because
her, I can
she's
always
like,
come back.
because he's like, you're not mad.
Yeah.
You're not mad, right? I don't know. It's, I mean, he's just trying to be nice in his
Oh,
fucked up way.
it's kind of what you were saying earlier about like the women and men and how like the men
Yeah.
can go off and do whatever they want and they think that the women will just be obedient and be like, "Okay, yes, you go do
Yeah.
that and I'll just wait here for you to come back again."
That's what Agnes Varda's happiness is about, Le Bon Hare,
Ah,
which I
yeah.
think you should watch. You would really like. Um, but yeah, that kind of dynamic. I just love the end, and it just feels like such a end of a saga, you
Mm-hmm.
know? There's something about that ending where nothing, like not a lot happens throughout the film, and then there's this giant car crash, dramatic thing that happens. And I just think it's great, and it really ties everything together in a knot with those last two shots as well, where she comes out of the house, and you see her in this ultimate sexualized porn actress image that he had wanted her to adhere to throughout the whole film. And I was just wowed by
Yeah.
that ending. And there's like this reversed, I think it's Baby Bye 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 that's
Mm-hmm.
reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so good. So what'd you think of the ending?
I agree with you. Like I said, it reminded me a lot of like Lolita,
Yeah,
and
I haven't seen it,
also
but
it also reminded me a lot of in Fast Times at Ridgemont High
mm.
when she
Have you
comes
seen
out
that?
of, yeah, when she comes out of the pool and she's in the red, like, bikini, like that's it, and very sexualized, like, that's what it reminded me of. But yeah, everything you said, spot on, hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. What an end to a saga, dude. It's just so good. It's so good. I like it much better than Florida Project.
Mm,
Because I have different issues with that film, but
yeah.
I think this one's great. And yeah, do you have anything
Yeah,
else, or should we get to ratings?
let's get to ratings.
All right.
You go
Who's gonna
first.
start? I think it's gonna be at a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need to rewatch it with like everything we said in mind in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But I could really rewatch this anytime, really.
Yeah.
Because it's like sad and funny and disturbing and weird, but also like beautiful to look at and really interesting. I think it's great. Politically interesting as well. I
Yes.
love it. Yeah. 4.5 for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's also gonna be a 4.5 for me.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Um,
great.
from the beginning, I kind of was like, I went into it and I was like, I know I'm gonna like this movie. We'll see how much I'll like it. Like, will I give it a 4? Will I
Yeah.
give it a 5? And then
Yeah.
4.5 just felt perfect for a
Yeah.
first watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could go up to a 5 really easily.
maybe, maybe.
Shall we get to my pick?
Let's freaking go. I'm so excited.
Um, okay, let's take the,
Oh my God, why do I keep doing that?
I don't know, just press none.
It was an
Uh,
accident, okay?
no, not okay. So, um, let's talk about my pick.
Guys, I'm
Was thinking about
scared.
a movie, was gonna pick something else, was gonna pick something else. I'm just gonna go for something and just go for it because whatever. You have an unlimited amount of pods. I can do what I want.
Okay.
Um, this is a film that we both haven't seen.
Ooh, okay.
It's not really new, but it's not really old. It's from 1998.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it. I don't know. Maybe you have. It was recently released to Criterion not long ago. I want to say like half a year ago, something like that.
Okay.
Um, it is. Let me just double check so I don't say something insensitive.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it's Japanese. Um, good. I double checked. It's from a director called Hirokazu Koreeda. Have you heard of this guy?
I
He
don't
recently
think
had a film
so.
called Monster, which came out, which was very acclaimed. He made Shoplifters and Broker and Still Walking and Nobody Knows. He's a very, very acclaimed art house director. Um,
Okay.
this film is called
Monster.
Afterlife. This
Afterlife.
this this film is called Afterlife. Let me just read you the description here and get you hyped a little.
Okay.
Tagline is, what is the one memory you would take with you? On a cold Monday morning, a group of counselors clock in at an old-fashioned social services office. Their task is to interview the recently deceased, record their personal details, then, over the course of the week, assist them in choosing a single memory to keep for an eternity.
Oh,
That's the premise for the film. It looks great. It
wait, so
looks
why did you pick
interesting.
this one?
I don't know. It was on my watch list.
This is not the one that you were talking about that's like happy.
No. I think it'll be cool.
Okay. Well, I'm
Are you
excited.
into it? Do you dig it?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you know me, anytime I get the opportunity to watch a movie from a different culture, different language, like
Let's try
I
it.
can
Let's try
expand
it.
my palette, like let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I mean, when it comes to Japanese cinema, I
We
I'm
know
a
you
big
all,
fan.
yeah, we know you
I
all love
love I
that.
love me some Japanese film. I
Yeah.
was gonna pick actually I was gonna pick well because I feel like you should watch some Japanese movies because they're really great. It's some maybe one of the best, if not the best, cinemas from a specific country.
So I've been told.
I
Which,
need to fit I'm trying to fill in your blind spots
well, thank
just
you.
as you fill mine. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Says you fill my donut.
Oh, I do
No.
feel your donut.
Oh, nice.
I do want to tell you, I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you what the movie is for
What?
CCC this week?
No.
Okay, so the theme was Melly Week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so my three choices were
Wait, so whose week was American Beauty?
no, that wasn't anyone's week. That was
Okay.
Flower. Remember, that was
Guys,
Flowers.
CCC is her cinema critique club at school.
Yeah. Um, so the first movie option was Train Spotting.
Okay.
The second movie option was Y Tu Mama Tambien.
Mhm.
And the third movie option was Doom Generation. Do
And
you
what
wanna
one?
do you wanna take a guess as to what one?
I think Itu Mama.
Yeah.
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 Exciting.
So my friends and I made a
Exciting.
little watch party because, dude,
Watch party with friends.
yeah, you cannot find this movie anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. Like it's
I've
really
tried,
bad.
searched. Yeah.
Multiple people from the club have come up to me and been like, "Hey, I can't find this movie anywhere. What do I do?" And I was like, "You can watch the movie without English subtitles." But this is
It's
why it's
available to rent on iTunes though, so just
is
pay
it?
$4, I think, if I
Okay,
remember
I'll let them
correctly.
know.
Yeah.
But this is why it's very important to own physical media. Own the
Yeah.
physical media that you love because
Physical media is
otherwise
very important.
you can't watch them. What would I do if I didn't have Y Tu Mamá También on the disc?
Yeah. How else would you see that? Speaking of
Exactly.
love triangle movies and all that, has a little to do with challengers, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Do you think Art and um
Patrick.
did more than teach each other how to um
I think so.
I
I
think
think
so as well.
so.
I
That
think
him slapping his boner was a little telling.
well yeah they're very comfortable around each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry for the detour, guys. Watch Challengers if you haven't. Sorry for the lots of sex talk today, but
Mm-hmm.
we this is a sex podcast.
Oh my God, don't say that.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Watch Afterlife if you can find it. Hopefully
Mm-hmm.
you can. Yeah,
Watch
and
Afterlife, watch Red Rocket, watch Y Tu Mamá También, watch it all. Watch it all.
watch every film ever.
Yeah. Even
Great.
Salo.
and the 120 days of who?
Oh,
I will pick that for the podcast one day.
okay.
No, I will.
Maybe on the
Please
120th episode.
Thank you guys for
We'll
listening.
see. Thanks, guys.
If you stuck with us for this last leg of the pod,
You're a real one.
pretty
We love
cool.
you.
a real one. Yeah.
All right.
See you guys next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.